What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Eric, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the finale of Ozark. It's been out for more than a couple months now, so very late, but better late than never. I got through it. I apologize. I was behind. I was watching other shows and movies and everything, so it took me a while to get to it, but I do love this show. I want to say that first and foremost. Ozark is fantastic. Absolutely amazing show. Edge of your seat the whole time, at least for me. Love the characters. Jason Bateman as Marty Byrde is awesome. The dude is always trying to be level-headed and calm, you know, with all this craziness going on. You got cartel members going, I'm gonna fucking kill you, motherfucker, your whole family. Okay, well, we'll talk about that. No problem. You got the psychotic Wendy Byrde. She is absolutely insane, power-hungry. I hate her. I despise that character more than any other character in television history. Hands down, I hate Wendy Byrde. Just like Marty Byrde said, I think it was season 2, maybe season 3, I'm not really sure. But it was my favorite moment in the whole series when he says, and you're just a fucking scary, greedy, power-hungry fucking bitch. Oh, that was so awesome. That was so awesome. Loved it. Loved it. And she is just that. But this show also has, of course, Ruth Claremore. Julia Garner is incredible in this role. She completely owns it. She is nothing like that in her actual real life. Her natural life is nothing like that, her natural self. She just gets into that character and owns it and brings Ruth to life. It's incredible. That's a fantastic character. Love Ruth. And I just love the whole cast and all the cartel members. Everything about the show is fantastic. So obviously I had big expectations for the finale. And when it ended, I sat there like, what the fuck? There is going to be spoilers. Spoiler warning if you haven't seen the finale. Going to go off on a little rant, but I do want to say before I get going, look, it's not easy. You're trying to, you know, put a bow on everything and wrap up all these storylines and make everyone happy, which is impossible. Some people are going to be happy. Some people are going to be mad. Some people are going to love it. Some people are going to hate it. That's the way it is. I still love this show. I'll watch the show again. The finale left me scratching my head, and I just didn't like it for a variety of reasons. Is it the worst possible finale they could have come up with? No, not at all. Is it absolute garbage, trash, like just insanely bad? No, it's not. I mean, going up to the finale, I thought everything was fine. The last season was great. Season 4, part 1 and part 2 were fantastic. And going into the finale, I just thought some crazy shit's about to go down. But that's just it. Like, it was pretty much predictable. It was like, okay, that's it. What I wanted, and I'm not saying that the show has to give me exactly what I want, because there's really 3 ways they can do it. They can either do what's the predictable, obvious route, which is pretty much what they did. They can do something that just what they've done throughout the series, which is just what blow my mind and have me sitting there like I did so many times, like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Or they can at least give me what I want. Now, I know they don't know specifically what I want, but they should know what most viewers are thinking, which is Wendy Byrde is an absolute bitch, and she has something coming to her, and we want to see it. I want to see her get her what she's got coming to her. In fact, that whole family needs to be taken down a notch. Okay, they get everything they want. Yes, they have to go through little speed bumps here and there, but they get everything they want ultimately. If they have to kill people, they kill people. If they have to, whatever, I've seen other shows like this where these characters who are following are not good people, and they just keep getting what they want, get what they want, get what they want, get what they want. And I'm like, okay, they got something coming to them. I'm not saying they have to die. I'm not saying kill off Wendy Byrde, but she's got to be taken down. No, the whole family just ends up all happy. No one died. Not one individual in the family is taken out. The only person who dies, well, there's others that die in the episode, but the one person that dies is probably the biggest fan favorite of all, who we all love, and that's Ruth Claremore. Why did Ruth have to get killed? No, the show writer said she had to die. Oh, she had to die. Really? I didn't realize that you have to kill off character. You don't have to. She didn't have to die. And by the way, she's very young. You could have had a bomb spinoff in 10, 15, 20 years, but not anymore, obviously, because she's dead. So Camilla finds out that Ruth killed her son, so she goes to kill Ruth. Makes sense, but she didn't push her. She just asked the Byrdes really quickly, you didn't know nothing about this? No, we didn't know. Okay. And that was it. She didn't press them anymore. Like, they just get a pass for everything. As much as they screwed up with Navarro, no, how did they not get killed? How does nothing ever happen to them? At some point, these freaking cartel leaders are gonna be like, no, dude, we're done with these mother effers. These birds are full of shit. They lie to us. They fuck us over. These are terrible people who just want to be powerful, and they're gonna die now. At some point, they would have gotten it, and it never happens. It never happens. And I know they're the lead characters, and I like Marty Byrde, to be honest. Even though he's not even a great person, but at least I kind of like Marty Byrde, and definitely the kids are. I like the kids, but still, that family needs to be taken down a notch. Come on, or a few notches. And I thought that guy, the investigator, was the one to do that. And at the end, when he's sitting there, first of all, I don't think he would have just taken out Ben's ashes and just sat there and waited for them to come home. I mean, that's evidence. He could have found out it was there and then try to get do the proper steps to get a warrant, and he could prove it in the right way. You don't just stand there, wait for them to come back where they're just going to blow you away, which is exactly what happens, except it's Jonah who kills him. Jonah, the kid who was trying to get the hell out this family, who hates his mom as much as I hate his mom, at least that's what it seemed like. But no, he just, because they got in a car accident, now they're like a tight family again. They were getting along before that. It was just real sudden. They're laughing and getting along like a good old happy family. I'm like, what? This family is dysfunctional. This family hates each other. These kids know that their parents, especially their mom, is bad news. And I thought they were coming to their senses, trying to go get the hell out of there. I understand why eventually they decided to stay and not go with Wendy's dad, because he pretty much admitted he was just taking them out of spite because because he wants to get back at Wendy. But still, they just seemed way too happy, and all of a sudden they're just this tight family. Okay, maybe it's not really what I was looking for. I wanted this family to be taken apart. Something to bring down Wendy. Something that would affect her, that she would either get killed or get messed up emotionally and realize what her actions caused. What happened to The Godfather. Spoiler alert for The Godfather trilogy if you haven't seen it. Similar to Michael Corleone at the end of Godfather 3, the terrible decisions that he made, having so many people killed, including his own brother, and then at the end of Godfather 3, his daughter gets killed in an accidental, they were trying to kill him, they killed her, he was dead inside. It messed him up. We saw that. And I didn't, not that I want them to copy The Godfather, they could have done it in their own way, but something where we see this family getting taken down. I'm just tired of them winning every single time. And I know they had to keep the series going, but now that the series is over, free to do what we want. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see Wendy taken down emotionally or physically. I don't care. I don't care if an assassin came in and just blew her brains out. At least it would have been a little bit satisfying, because I really hate her. Instead, you take out Ruth. You take out the fan favorite. You take out Ruth, the person that we wanted. I would have loved to see just her survive. I mean, I'm sorry. I know they're not going to kill off Jonah and Charlotte. I'm not saying I want that, because I like them. But I'm just saying the family needed to be taken down, in my opinion, and it never did happen. Also, what's up with Marty? I thought Marty, we saw him starting to get more guts. He was getting pissed. The guy who was always the whole series, okay, yeah, sorry about that. Okay, yep, no, I'm not really sure, but no, okay. The guy who's been just calm and collective the whole series got pissed off during that traffic jam when the other guy was yelling at him. He went out and beat his ass. It was awesome. I'm like, he's at his limit right here. He's going to stand up to Wendy. He has to some extent. When Wendy does something stupid, he's like, what the fuck are you doing? And he'll tell her, but she still gets her way. That bitch just does whatever she wants, and she always gets her way. And I thought at the end we were going to see Marty Byrde stand up to her in a big way. And I don't know how or what, but something. We were going to see him stand up to her and maybe even take her down, take her out, get her out of the family. Maybe the other three maybe she'd go to prison or something. I don't know. I don't know, writer. Y'all write it, but make it good. Instead, they're all just happy ending. And Jonah kills the dude who I was rooting for. I was rooting for that guy, that investigator. I really liked that character because seemed like a nice guy, but he was so resilient. He would not give up. That's why he went back to be a cop, because they bought him off so he can go be a cop again. Got him his job back just to get him off the trail. And that was such a great moment. He had to make that decision. Do I go back to be a cop in Chicago? What I've always wanted, what I've been trying to get reinstated for all these years. But I have to drop this case right here. And he couldn't do it. He went back and it's all he thought about. And he came back, he found Ben's ashes. But he goes around it the stupidest way and just sits outside and waits for them to come home and kill him. What was he going to do? He thought they were going to let him walk away? He didn't even have a gun. He didn't have a rifle. Wasn't defending himself. He was just sitting there. He underestimated this family, which makes no sense because he knows this family is brutal, ruthless. They will freaking kill you. They will kill you. And Jonah was the one who killed him because it's a cool little twist or something at the end. It wasn't. It didn't do nothing for me. It makes some sense because there was an earlier scene where Jonah was, when he was younger, was thinking about shooting someone with the rifle. So it's not like it's completely out of left field. But Jonah's been the one trying to get out of this family. He's been the one ratting them out at every chance he has. Jonah knows that this is bullshit. And all of a sudden, just at the end now, it's just not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. I'm sorry. It's just not what I wanted. Does that mean it's bad? Not necessarily. Just because it's not what I wanted doesn't make it bad. But still, it's not what I wanted, and it didn't shock me. It didn't blow me away. I didn't sit there like, oh, shit! At least do that like happened earlier. So many deaths in this series just didn't see coming. The death earlier of Dell, what the fuck was that? The dude said, who would have thought that Marty Byrde, something, and he called them rednecks, and boom, he just got his head blown out. It was like, oh, shit! I was the one of the first ones, and multiple times, people get killed in this series, and you're just like, whoa. I thought that's how they were going to end it. I was like, I don't know who's going to get it. I don't know how. But I think, dude, Wendy, Byrde, or someone needs to just put a gun to her head and blow her brains out. Something just crazy. Something insane. Maybe not that specifically. I don't know who gets killed. But you need to leave me like, holy shit. Even if I didn't want it. Something like that. So you have two ways to go about this finale. Either blow me away, shock me, leave me like this. Or at least give me what I want so I can go, yeah, that's what I want, baby. Woo! One of those two. Instead, it was just a dull, just ended. Everyone's fine. Everyone lives. You kill off Ruth. The last of the Claremores is killed off. Cartel continues. The guy, you wrap up his little storyline with the investigator. He finds the ashes and he sits out there, and then Jonah, boom, go to black over. I just thought it was just anticlimactic and did nothing for me. And with Ruth's killing was kind of weird because she knows she's in deep with the cartel and stuff. She knows that potentially anybody could get killed at any moment. You have to be armed and you have to be aware of your surroundings. So she sees the cartel truck and whatever, she gets out and just like, what's going on over here? Not armed, not too suspicious. It's like, it's kind of weird. I would have, earlier when you had the assassin coming after her, she was driving away and very, calling up Rachel. Like, she's coming. That was an awesome scene when she calls Rachel and Rachel gets the gun, goes to the top of the roof. Like, everything was so badass, so awesome in this whole series for the most part. And it's like, whoa, this finale just sucked in my opinion. It didn't stand up to the rest of the series. So shall we say that, in my opinion? So Ruth just gets out. It was a cool, I'm not saying her death was terrible. I love her attitude, how she stood there. She was like, how'd you find out? And then she said, you know what? I ain't sorry. Your son's a fucking murderer. You could tell she was nervous. She's about to die. So obviously a little nervous, but boy, her character was very strong. And then when it took so long, she's sitting there like, well, you gonna fucking do this shit or what? So I'm not saying it was the worst death at all, but it just didn't seem kind of weird that she wasn't better prepared in that moment, even though she didn't really think she was about to get killed because as far as she knew, nobody knew. The Byrdes were involved there too. They saw it too. She got Claire, talking about the mom here, Camilla, she got Claire to admit it, that it was Ruth. But then she didn't press them like, were the Byrdes there? You motherfuckers knew too, right? No, she never presses the Byrdes. And that's just like, seriously? Just a little plot, to me, almost like a little plot hole. Like, she was so determined to find out, and then she just briefly asks them. She didn't ask Claire. Claire was already scared, shitting her pants. Claire would have told her whatever she wanted. She could have looked at Claire and said, were the Byrdes there too? Don't fucking lie to me, bitch. I'll cut you. Were the Byrdes there? And she would have been like, Byrdes were there too. She would have told her everything she wanted to know, but she didn't want to know about the Byrdes. For whatever reason, the Byrdes get another pass. And it's just a stupid ending. Mel, if Mel is the name of the investigator, if he wanted to bring justice to the Byrdes, which I wanted to, he wouldn't just sit there outside with the cookie jar waiting to get shot. The way he got that cookie jar wasn't even legal. You got to get a warrant and everything. I know it's a show, but I'm just saying, this dude knows the process. He's a former police officer. He's a very highly skilled private investigator. He knows what's going on. He'd have went in there and seen that. I should have, in an earlier episode, I should have had him sneak in there, find the cookie jar, leave, and then in the last episode, boom, big FBI raid, boom, takes the cookie jar, freaking warrants and everything. Take those mother effers down. Okay, maybe there's a shootout because Wendy ain't giving up. No, we're not going nowhere. She hits her freaking psychotic point right there, her breaking point. Shootouts go on. Crazy shit goes down. And they end up arresting her. Someone gets killed. Maybe one of the kids gets killed or something. And that's when she's done. At the end, she's in a freaking psychotic ward. Something crazy. Something crazy. I'm just throwing out ideas, man. It would have been better than what we got. Just ended, and it was just like, what was that? It just wasn't on par with the rest of the series. I think that last episode sucked. I mean, again, it's not the shittiest of shitty. It could have been worse, I guess. But it was just, it was on par with an average TV show. It wasn't on par with what we got from Ozark. I don't like the ending of it. I just gave you a better ending right there, in my opinion. Maybe y'all will disagree, but I don't get anything. You had Navarro just got killed just as expected. Navarro wasn't too smart there, handed the gun. He's like, okay, let's go. And then he gets killed. And I just thought Navarro would have been smarter than that. I don't, maybe there was nothing he could have done. That would have been cool if he would have gotten out, if everything would have went as planned. Maybe the mom never does find out, but Navarro escapes here during that prison break, and he's coming back for the Byrdes. That could have been awesome. So many other things that could have been done, I think, that would have been better in my personal opinion. I thought the ending was very anticlimactic and very sucky. I don't like what they did with Ruth. I don't like Ruth dying. She could have died and still been cool, but the way that everything was done as the entire package of that finale, I think it sucked. And I think it would have been better to leave Ruth alive. And you leave open a spinoff later on. Yeah, leave open a spinoff. I mean, I guess a spinoff is still possible with the whole Byrdes still kicking ass and taking names like they always do, and they always get their way, especially that bitch who I hate, Wendy Byrde. I'm sorry, excuse my language, but I hate her. I despise that character. Shout out to the actress, because she was fantastic. I can't remember her name at the top of my head. I know her name because she was also in The Truman Show, and she was similar there too. She had to act, and she was very fake in that show. But here, she's 10 times worse. She's an absolute monster in this show. Cannot stand her. But Laura Linney, that's her name, just popped in my head. But anyway, you guys have a fantastic day. Let me know what you think of this finale. This finale, in my opinion, sucked. I give it like a 4 out of 10 if I had to give it a rating. But I mean, I'm not really gonna rate the finale because, I mean, it's a whole show, and as a whole, the show is fantastic. I really do believe that, but I think the finale sucked. That's my opinion. I don't like how it ended. I wanted to see Wendy get something coming to her. I thought that accident was a joke. I got my hopes up when I saw everyone crawl out, but Wendy, I'm like, oh, Wendy's fucked up. No, she's fine. Everybody's fine. Everybody's fine. And it continues, and they just continue to get their way every step of the way. I mean, yes, there are bumps in the road and that they have to deal with. And even then, Wendy freaks out. Something doesn't go her way. Fuck! She freaks out and screams because they're just so used to having their way every step of the way. Normal person, something doesn't go your way. Damn, didn't go my way. Too bad. Wendy freaks out because she has to have her way. I mean, it's just crazy. And she'll buy off who she needs to, and she will kill who she needs to because she's a psycho bitch. And let me know what you guys think of the finale of Ozark. Have a great day. Thank you for your support. I will be ranking every single season of Ozark, so don't miss it. Hit that thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more, and we'll see you next time.